Hi, today I thought I would just go over a few things that I like to do when I'm playing works by Bach. When I was a kid, I used to have to play Bach at every single lesson that I had, every lesson. So my teacher always told me that it's great to wake up and play Bach. And you know, I kind of agree with him on that. And it always gives me a good chance to look at interpretation when I'm playing Bach. There's so many ways to play his pieces. So let me just talk about a few of the things and I'll kind of guide you through. So I chose the Bourree from Suite Number 3 in C major to kind of go along with the demonstration of J.S. Bach. So let's give it a go. All right, at the beginning, I'm already getting into voicing because ever since I started playing Bach, I was told that there's always more than one voice in Bach. So there's the top voice and the bottom voice. So that's two different people. It's like a conversation. One person and the other, a girl, a guy, like that. So I try to give character to that. So I have a kind of happy feeling up here and a little macho feeling down there. And that already gives me a lot of character. Then I have a trill. Now when I do the trills in Bach, I almost always start them on the top. And I like to have what we call an appoggiatura feel. So to me, the trill has three parts. It has the appoggiatura, the trill itself, and then the tail of the note. And then, for me, I like to have little footballs in whenever I play any Bach music, any Baroque music. So I always have a little feeling of a stretch. One thing that I think of when I think of that stretch is I love noodles, and when I go to a Chinese restaurant sometimes and they're making the noodles there, they take the dough and they pull it and stretch it like this, and that's my image for making the stretchy sound in the Bach. So stretch, like so. Now I'd like to dispel something that people say that Bach and Mozart should be super light and playing the tip all the time. And I don't think that's quite right, because if we take a Baroque bow, let me go get one. Here's a Baroque bow. So this bow here, you'll notice instead of being concave over there, it's actually convex. So it comes up like this. That means that no longer is the middle of the bow my place to be. Instead, I'm going to play a lot at the frog. It's a lot lighter. It's a little narrower in the hair. So it's a little bit more delicate. But what does that mean to me? It's a little more spongy over there. It means that I can kind of lay into the instrument and get a lot of sound out of it. Like so. Now, let's take a look at that trill again. When I play that, I have the three parts, and when I play these notes, I think of what is a viola good at? It's good at playing nice, reedy, open sounding notes. So those open strings are so organic. So let's try that beginning. Now, one thing I like to always think of when I play Bach is direction. How do I find direction? So I can use words like go to there, go to there, go to there, now go to there, now go to there, now there. So I go to there, now go to there, now go to there, now there. And I have an arrival point. And when I do that, I really feel that my music is going to speak to people because I'm speaking it myself. Finished? So there. Words can always be put into music. So I always try to think of words and images to play with. So here's that beginning part. The levity to me comes at the end. We all know what it is, so I don't have to kill that. I can play nice and light. And to do that, especially with this Baroque bow, I'm going to do that with an up bow. Everybody should try to play Bach with a Baroque bow. It is so much fun. Let me play it once with a regular bow and then with the Baroque bow so we can see the difference. The regular bow is heavier. Let me show it to you. The regular bow is heavier. The Baroque bow is lighter. The regular bow, I'm going to start where the hair is over here. The regular bow is a lot longer. The regular bow is concave. The Baroque bow is convex. There's a winding over here where I can put leather, where I can put my thumb. There's none over here, so it's much narrower on the grip. That means over here I can have a nice hefty grip like that. On the Baroque bow, I'm much more delicate, just like this. Okay, so I'm going to play once with the regular bow and then once with the Baroque bow. Here's with the regular bow. You'll see it's a little bit more strengthened there. Like so. And now I'm going to switch to the Baroque bow, which I love. I feel more delicate. Like so. I don't know how much it sounds different on the video, but it feels a lot different and it gives me a totally different perspective of playing. When I'm playing with the regular bow, I feel strong and secure. When I play with the Baroque bow, I still feel pretty secure, but it's much lighter, and so I feel much more uplifted with it. And I kind of like that. Let's go to the second part of the piece here. When we play, let's see, what is that? Let me talk about bowings a little bit. There's so many bowings we can use and so many additions that we can use. I personally use this edition, which is called the Chester edition, edited by Watson Forbes in England a long time ago. I like it because I noticed that when I look at some of the original editions, we know that there's no manuscript, but some of the original Gesellschaft editions, etc., Anna Magdalena, all those things, that this one's pretty close. Sometimes there are different slurs put in. This person, Watson Forbes, he puts a slur like this. I don't know about this. I kind of prefer everything separate. And sometimes, instead of playing, I'll play. So it's okay to change bowings around as long as you have some sort of a consistency with your bowings. So let me play that again for you. One thing I was told early on about Bach is that there always has to be a bass line. So here's a great place to hear a bass line. Let me kind of show you the notes. So now I showed off the bass line. And then there's always an upper line too. So let me show off the upper line. And the beauty of playing Bach is that there's a marriage between the bass line and the upper line, giving it the many voices feel that we always talk about. So I'm going to show off the bass line and the upper line. And I practice those lines. Sometimes I'll play without a bass line. Just so I can hear that, and sometimes I'll really emphasize the bass. So I'm just trying to show you that there are so many ways to play this music. Which one's right? Well, in my opinion, none of them are right. They're just what we're feeling that day. And that's the beauty of playing Bach, is that every day when we play Bach, we can do something that we have never done before, or we can go back and be consistent with what we have done before. So we're always exploring, and we come back to our roots, then we can explore again and come back, just like life. So Bach, to me, is like my life put together, and I can kind of visit my life and what I think about things as I'm playing Bach, which is just wonderful. And I hope you can get that same feeling. Let me kind of continue with the piece over here. Where was I? Well, I think that's about it for today, and I really hope you enjoy the video. I mean, there's so many things I can say about this. I think I need to do another video about Bach. I'm sorry I'm a little bit improvisatory today, but I think that's the way we should be with the Bach. I think that Bach is just something that we should play and enjoy, and every day we discover new things, and that's just like our life. It's fun to discover new things, it's fun to taste new foods, it's fun to go to new places, and when we're playing Bach, we can just stay in our place, but explore new places, new tastes, new looks, and we can just use our imagination and get our day off to the right start, which is what I have just done right now. So I'll see you the next time, and happy practicing.